Hello, this is Karan Shah. I'm part of Batman's Falsy Villians, and this is going to be our e-commerce website that I'm presenting right now. First thing, before you actually get onto our e-commerce website, the first thing that you have to do is actually get onto the program files and actually go to your MongoDB so you can actually start MongoD. So when you start MongoD.exe, what will happen is it will actually stop after thread 1 waiting for connections to port 27017. What that basically means is it's actually waiting for a connection on the other end with the database. To connect to that, what we'll have to do is actually go to a repository that we actually have right now, which would basically be the code that we're giving you. On there, the first thing that you want to do before even starting the program is actually npm.install. This will basically give you all the repositories and everything that we've actually used currently, that we're using currently for this website, and you will have access to those and actually can now actually start using the website. Next thing right after, this might take you a little while, however, it took me a couple seconds because I've already done this before. Next thing you want to do is actually npm start. What this basically does is it starts a server so you can actually have access to it. Next thing that we're actually going to do is actually go to the localhost itself. So right now the website is currently on localhost 1000. On this website right now, as you can see, the one thing that this is going to be the home page, which is the first page that you can see. On the home page, there's a couple things that are worth noting. One, it's the login and register buttons at the top. Two, this e-commerce button, it's going to be in all pages from now on, and this button basically leads to the home page whenever a person wants to go to there. Three, this is actually a very well yet challengingly designed grid symmetric grid that we've made for the product itself. This one took quite a while to make for us, and it was really challenging. But at the end, we ended up figuring out how to actually make something like this. One really cool thing, two really cool things about this page itself are, one, the fact that everything here is actually dynamic. The reason why it's dynamic is because everything from this website is actually coming from the database itself, and you're actually putting up small bits of the database together to make it look like a really nice website over here that we've made currently. Two things to notice right now are actually that there's a login and a register button at the top, and first we'll actually go to the register button. So there's a couple things that you need to know for the register button. One, you need a name, username, email, password, and the password will be confirmed to actually register correctly. Let's say I'm actually entering the information in, so actually let's see. And then I put in this C username, then I put in email as c.a.com. My password will be one. But let's say this is how it would register correctly. However, let's say if I don't put in an email, then I get an error basically telling me that the website couldn't register me because there was no valid email address that I could have entered in there, that I didn't enter in there for now. So therefore, this website couldn't register my account. Now let's do another thing where, let's see if I put in C again. But I actually do put in an email this time. However, I put in two different passwords, 1 and 2. Again, I'm getting an error basically telling me that this website could not register my account because the two passwords are incorrect and did not match. So now let's just log in correctly. So it's just c@a.com. Password will be 1 for me, and then I'll hit submit. So now, when you actually when the registration is successful, what it will do is the website will redirect you automatically to the login page. On the login page, there's some things that we've actually implemented on here also, where let's say if you're putting in C, but you're putting in the incorrect password. So let's say if I put in 2, not 1, what will happen is it will actually make sure that the password is correct for the username, and if it isn't, then it will actually send an error which will basically say invalid password to you, basically telling you that the password is incorrect even though the username is correct. However, let's see if I put in incorrect username and the correct password, which would be 1, and I submit, it will basically tell me that the username does not exist and the login has failed. Now let's actually log in correctly. So C and then 1 for the password, and let's submit, which will actually log in for you right now. So there's one thing to notice. When you actually log in, it takes you to the home page again. However, there's a difference in this home page compared to the other one. There's a very small difference. The subtle difference is actually the fact that the login and the register buttons, which actually lead to those pages, actually have changed to home and log out buttons for now. This button will basically bring you to the home page again, as you can see if I click. If I click this, which we'll do later on, it will actually log me out of the website itself. Next thing that we'll look at is actually the product page. So so when you click on a product, it will lead you to the product page. It will redirect you to the product page. The point of the product page is basically a small description of the product, what you can do for it, the price, which is for this Roomba, it's $850.90. You can buy your stuff. You can buy the Roomba from here. The other aspect that we've made is actually like a review slash comment resource that we've made on here. So what we can do is basically, let's say if I put in 1, 2, 3, blah blah blah. So you see over here as it says, this product has no reviews. How about add a review? And if I hit submit, that would disappear, and now it would add a review. So let's say if I change this again and I put it something like this, the reviews keep stacking, and they keep stacking ultimately until the end. The next thing that we will actually do is actually hit the buy button from here. So then what happens is this will actually redirect you from the product page to a cart page, but it will be cart with the product ID. So it'll be localhost 3000 / cart / the product ID. The reason why that's really important is because that without the product ID, there is no way of actually getting the product name, which is right here, the product image right here, and the product price that we have over here. And that's how we actually get access to the page over there. One really interesting thing that we've actually implemented on here is actually the quantity over here. So so as the quantity changes, the cost itself will change automatically. So let's say if I put 2, it will double the price because you're buying two Roombas, so it's going to double the price of it's going to double the price of the Roomba itself. So the other thing that we've implemented right now is the maximum quantity that we can go up to right now is 5 for just this demo website right now. However, if a person enters 7, it will still change the cost. But if you try to check out, there will be an error basically telling you that the value has to be less than 5 for it to work. Okay, so before we actually check out, one thing that I would actually like to point out is the review item button over here. If I click on this button, it will basically remove this item over here and actually redirect me to the cart. So what it will do is it will actually redirect me to the cart, and this cart will basically tell me, oh, you have no items in your cart, so please go shopping. And it will give me another. It will make a button which will basically be another link to the home button itself. All right, next thing now. So we'll go back to the cart over here, and actually let's buy 3 Roombas. As you can see, it changed the price to $2,576. Now let's check out. This will take me to the checkout page. There's actually a certain thing about this checkout page where if I actually click where I cannot just click complete order to actually complete the order, because all these fields are actually I have to put in information for all the fields right here right now. Therefore, I cannot just hit complete order. So let's fill in this information. And one thing that I'll actually point out is the payment type over here. Right now it's cash on delivery. However, later on, if we plan on implementing more, we can actually make more radio buttons, which would be credit card, debit card, blah, 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 whatever more stuff that we can add to it. However, for now, it's only going to be cash on delivery, and now we will complete our order. When we hit complete order, what it does is it actually takes you to the thank you page, which would basically be this page over here. This thank you page, basically the point of this page tells you that your order tells the customer that the order has been processed. Thank you for buying from us, and that your order will be delivered within 7 days, which is a static right now, and can be changed later on, and it'll be automatic. So the shop more button actually brings you back to the home page right now. So let's actually go back to the home page here. Now, so as you can see, it brought you back to the home page. So it's a complete circle of going through all the pages on here. But one thing that we can do right now is actually log out, and I'll actually log out for you right now. When you actually log out, what it does is it actually redirects you back to the login page, so you can log in again. But let's actually you can log in back into the login back into the website if you want to buy more stuff. Now let's hit the e-commerce button, and now as you can see, it brings you back to the home page right here. That is our website, and thank you very much for watching us.